with this configuration of a one-chuck lathe, we use a hand torch. And here is one of the hand torches we have. It's very, very nice. It's a surface mix hand torch, Bethlehem burners. And I've been using, we have two of these. I've been using the other one for the videos. My other favorite torch is a National hand torch. These are pre-mixed. They get a little bit more raspy. They do have the nozzles that you can swap out. So you can, this one right now is a very fine nozzle, and I have some broader ones and so forth. But for this torch, another alternative would be to use the little torch. This is the Smith little torch. Now the thing is, what I've done is I've actually bought a third party. So here are the nozzles that it comes with, and they're incredibly tiny, which would not be useful for this type of glass blowing. But this you can buy from a third party, and it gives you enough heat that you can do glass blowing detail work, things like cleaning up a side seal or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on this tubing to make a flare. If you are a beginner, I would highly recommend you start with the Smith mini torch with something very, very small like that, and then work your way up to the bigger torch, simply because it's going to go a lot slower, and the heat is going to be much more focused. So you're less likely to have things kind of get away from you if you're using such a small torch. Larger torches, and by the way, this particular torch is very nice, and it's pretty sharp as well. You can get torches that are a little bit sharper or a little bit broader, depending on what you're looking for. Another thing about the Smith torch is that it can be a little bit finicky. Let's see if I can get it to actually light, because there we go. It often will blow itself out as you turn the oxygen on. Okay. That's a pretty good flame right there. And this shouldn't take very long, so again, I'll do this in sequence. So first I'm just going to come in and just do a regular fire polish without flaring it. As you can see, it's turning molten. The ring is shrinking down, that outer diameter. So there we go. I have a fire polish, and that just took a few seconds. I'm going to turn the gas up now. So if I want to do an actual flare, it won't be very big. Here. And it's a terrible looking flare. Let's see if I can smooth that out a little bit. That's not the torch's fault. That's me. That's a little bit better, yeah. So, again, tiny little torch, tiny little lathe, a perfect combination. So again, this would be ideal for things like this, doing a flare or a little fire polish, you know, some small detail work. The one thing I would definitely say about the mini torch is make sure to buy it, if you want to buy it from a reputable retailer, because if you go online, many of the places that you'll see them selling this torch, it's actually a knockoff of this torch. So you want the Smith little torch. I would say most retailers that for glass blowing specifically, they're going to sell you the real deal, like Mountain Glass. This is where I actually bought both the torch and the third-party torch head. And again, just going back to the work, I've got a nice little flare, and it didn't take very much time. And again, the ability to use the smaller torch. This, as I mentioned, would be ideal for somebody who is a beginner. And then you can work your way up to the bigger hand torches. The reason I'm nostalgic for the National Torch is this is what we had in graduate school. So this was my first experience with glass blowing. And so there we go.